Hey yo, what's going on with the viewers of the tube? Tyler here of Chico Crypto, coming to you with an emergency Sunday video. Yeah, I usually don't post on Monday, I take the time off, but shit is getting as real as it can get in the financial markets. So before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is holding up, but things could get very volatile come Monday morning as the markets, traditional financial markets, start opening. Because let's talk about this emergency. So Credit Suisse, the large Swiss international bank, is in some pretty deep trouble. If you haven't known, the share price of Credit Suisse has been dropping and dropping hard over the past year. I think it's down over 62% since the beginning of the year, since January, and in the last month alone, since the beginning of September, it's down 28%, and it's currently in a nosedive. So what is going on with Credit Suisse? Well, it looks like they have over-leveraged themselves and they are in a debt crisis. So Credit Suisse credit default swap, their CDSs, is at the highest level it's been since 2008, and you know, that financial crisis. So what's a CDS? It's basically an insurance investors can purchase to protect against a potential default in a company. And yeah, CDSs with Credit Suisse are going bananas right now because investors are looking to protect themselves. It's not a good sign. So over the weekend, large news outlets started reporting that they were hearing from very, very credible sources that a major international investment bank was on the brink of collapse. This is coming from multiple news sources. You can look it up on Twitter, online. And then late last week, the CEO had been saying that they are going to be doing a major restructuring of the company. He actually called emergency meetings with employees this weekend over phone calls. So something is going on. And this isn't good because Credit Suisse is a massive piece of the financial system, you guys. Credit Suisse has over $2,800 billion worth of assets under its management. And in comparison, you know, if we're going to consider this a 2008 type crash that could be coming, and the signs are all there, my friends. I made a video last week going into that. So if you look at this compared to what happened in 2008, Lehman Brothers, as we know, that was what collapsed. Lehman Brothers only had $600 billion. So this is over 4 times as bad as Lehman Brothers. And as we know, when Lehman Brothers collapsed, it took down the entire global economy. So you guys, Credit Suisse is actually internationally recognized as a GSIB, which stands for a Global Systematically Important Bank. They are systematically important to our entire financial system and countries, global financial regulators, the standards, all recognize this. So what does that mean? They're a GSIB. They're designated that by international financial organizations across the board. It means they are too big to fail. Yes, we think that if they fail, the entire basically global economy collapses and it implodes on itself. So because of this, the GSIB, ranking that they have, other international banks are exposed to them. They are definitely exposed, and they have a lot of counterparty risk. Now, if you guys didn't know, it's not only Credit Suisse who has been facing this massive downturn and a rise in their CDSs. Actually, Deutsche Bank, the big German investment bank, is facing a similar crisis. Their stock price is crashing. Their CDS is going bananas. So we have two massive internationally, important banks, especially to the Eurozone, that are going to be possibly collapsing. So, the designation, they are too big to fail. What does that mean? Well, that means they're not big enough they are big enough to bail out, As we know, Lehman Brothers, 2008, that was all bailed out by the U.S. government, which means turning the printers on, Well, that is probably going to happen again, you guys. They will have to bail out Credit Suisse. They'll have to bail out any other banks that have massive counterparty risk tied to that. Most likely Deutsche Bank, because it's been following the same pattern as Credit Suisse. These banks will all be bailed out because they are too important to our global financial system. But that means the money printers will turn on, my friends. So this is pretty interesting. So all of this is going on over the weekend, We have rumors that Credit Suisse is facing a crisis where it may collapse, the share price is crashing. Well, the United States Fed actually declared an emergency. Yes, an emergency meeting, which is happening tomorrow on Monday. Oh, are we facing a Black Monday situation? Well, the topic of this meeting is actually the discount rate that the Fed charges banks. Basically, what banks have to pay the Fed to borrow money. So they're possibly talking about, restructuring this. It basically means that they think a lot of banks in the United States might not be able to repay the Fed. So they see these liquidity issues massively, you guys, or the Fed wouldn't be having an emergency meeting. So my friends, you guys, we got to be aware of Monday. It's possible things do break tomorrow once the markets start trading. It's going to be interesting to see what comes from the big dogs over at Credit Suisse, and what words are going to be coming from the CEO's mouth, and what else. Oh, actually, it's a funny tidbit. The Credit Suisse chairman, his name is Axel Lehman. I am not joking, you guys. Axel Lehman. Yes, are we living in a simulation? Credit Suisse is having their Lehman Brothers moment, and their chairman's name is Axel Lehman. Yeah, you guys, so just be careful, be aware of what's going to happen tomorrow. It's very possible things get very volatile, and that includes Bitcoin and crypto. If Bitcoin and crypto can hold up during this, oh, that would be amazing. But I have a feeling stocks are going to get hit pretty hard. And as we know, that contagion has been spreading into Bitcoin. When stocks go down, usually Bitcoin goes down. So hopefully it's the opposite. But if not, Bitcoin does go down. It's all right, you guys. What they're doing right now with the global financial system, we're in a debt crisis, liquidity crisis like never before, and Bitcoin will be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. There's a reason I continue to make videos. I continue to strive to bring you guys the best in crypto, and I'm not gonna go anywhere even if these financial markets go off a cliff. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.